folks up front, here's Aidan. It's rolling, Aidan.
Alright, for my presentation, I'll do Trump versus Joe, but it's a triathlon. I'll get a little political at the beginning just because I hate both of the candidates, but for the most part, I'll keep it really light, and that's just the first two slides, and after that, we'll have fun seeing who's going to win. So, just for this first slide, okay, there's no audio, but basically Biden was saying some pretty segregationist stuff. Not in this particular clip, but Biden has historically sided with segregationists in his busing policies, and is now like union busting and strike breaking. So I'm not a fan. But similarly with Trump, he is also not a great guy. If you want to look at the Muslim ban that he tried to implement, or any other of his racist policies, generally depicting racial minorities as dumber or inferior to other people, and so generally I would not support either candidate. But anyways, the biggest thing that we'll have in this presentation is who's going to win in a physical fight. So first of all, let's look at intelligence. Trump has a few flaws, and so Trump might have some hiccups during the triathlon, and although he might physically be able to overpower Joe, as seen with his drinking of chlorides or recommending of it during the COVID pandemic, he might have some trouble. However, maybe because of this reason, voters generally think that Biden would win in a fist fight against Trump, which is pretty interesting and pretty shocking. I'm not really sure why, considering that he's over 80 years old. But they have actually engaged threats between each other, and Joe Biden first threatened Trump, saying that he would beat him up in a locker room fight, and then Trump responded to Joe, threatening him, and then asking him not to threaten him, which was a little confusing, but anyways. Back first on the triathlon. First part is going to be the swim. Joe Biden has quite some experience with swimming. He likes to spend a lot of time around pools. There are frequent reports of this, and we're thinking that Joe Biden would probably take the lead on swimming. If we see Trump, for Trump it might be a question of whether or not he can swim, not how far he could swim. So he might almost be disqualified, because it looks like Trump might be able to sink in this contest. And what we're seeing is that Biden, although he's quite old, he has some experience with swimming. We've seen multiple occasions where Biden has been proficient at this art. And anyways, we're going to put our votes on Biden for this part. Next part of the triathlon is the cycle. So we've seen Biden's had some fun with this, but at least Biden so I think we've mostly seen this, but anyways, Biden might be able to try to go on the bicycle, but the most likely outcome is that he's not going to be able to finish that part of the triathlon. And so we're going to see if Trump is able to finish it so that Trump can take the win, because right now we have 1 for Biden and 0 for Trump. Audio's not playing, I wish it was, but Trump in this clip said that he pledges never to ride a bike. I am not sure why. I think that might be assuring his voters that he's not gonna do something like Biden and die. But anyways, it seems like Trump has basically forfeited this since he promised to his voters that he's not gonna do it. And then last part is the fight. Traditionally, in this part of the triathlon, there would be a foot race, but 1, I don't think either of the candidates would be able to make it, and 2, a fight is more interesting, additionally, since they've both threatened each other with actually fighting. So let's see, there's a meta-analysis published by the Lancet assessing their physical and mental capabilities, seeing who would be best at a fight, and this scientist bets on Orange Man, i.e. Trump, because of the crazy person edge and the viciousness that Trump has. However, even though voters generally think that Biden would win, it's a little bit confusing since Biden has known to pass out and sleep during some times and might be less physically active. And although Trump isn't exactly physically active, Biden certainly tips the scale in terms of age. At 80 years old, it looks like they're both going to kick the bucket soon, but it looks like Biden is approaching that point sooner and heavily on the decline. However, some of the supporters of these candidates might be worried that this could be harmful to either of the candidates' physical being. And don't worry, we're going to have medics nearby. These medics are going to make sure to take care of Biden and Trump. So the triathlon is finished. They forfeited. The final results are 1 point for Joe and 1 point for Trump. And since we need 2 points to win the triathlon, neither won and they both lost. So they both died. Last part is the executions. We've seen historical precedent of Trump being tried for executions, as seen in this photo. People have tried to take him out, but it hasn't been good because it hasn't succeeded yet. However, Trump has been struggling with the executions, but finally they got him down. They took him down to the palace, as consistent with Trump's character. He struggled a lot, tried to evade it, but in the end, they got him just like Julius Caesar. Now, let's look on to Biden. For Biden, it wasn't as hard. He didn't even know he was going to die. He forgot about the executions part of it, and people slipped him a few more pills than usual when he went up to speak. He basically got up with that incoherent ramble that he usually does, and just went downhill until he passed away peacefully. So next up is going to be Nancy Pelosi versus Pence, and let us know if you have any more suggestions for political candidates that we should sacrifice.